Hello, my fellow philatelists. Welcome back to the Postal Pleasures channel. I know when I got into the German bag that I got from Goodwill, I said that I would try to do that start to finish over a series of parts. I've now recorded, I think, 8 parts, and I certainly feel like I might be risking alienating some of my viewers who maybe don't like German stamps. So I'm going to take a break before I do the last 1 or 2 parts, and we'll stop and get back to a 1-pound bag of US stamps that I've shown 2 videos of so far. So this will be actually US, I believe, episode 5 if I'm not mistaken, but the 3rd time we've seen stamps out of this large 1-pound bag, and it is just stuff. Mostly modern stuff, but some older stuff as well. As I was taking these few pinches out, I didn't really see anything particularly old here, but let's see what we see. You know, I do expect a lot of modern duplicates, but that's okay because I actually haven't focused on the US very much in the more recent years of my life. So a lot of my stamp collection is 80s and before for US stamps. So I'm actually happy to have some of these new, more modern ones because I don't have too many. The real trick is getting the very, very modern ones, maybe the last 10 to 20 years. Those, you know, I haven't been coming across very often in these bulk lots, but hopefully over time. So here we go. Right off the bat, we have this really nice Americana series Pre-Cancel from, I'd say it's the 70s if I had to guess. Let's see, where do I fit? Top corner there. And we have this wonderful Northern Sea Lion from 1990. I'm going to start that one right up there. And we have this Dorothea Dix block of 4 with a very smudgy, dirty looking cancel. So you have another block here. A Lucy Stone, 50 cent. That's a little more interesting. It has a violetish color cancel. I can't read all the letters. Wilmington. I'll be able to, if I pull that closer, I'll be able to read the whole thing. Pretty neat. I mean, being like that, it was probably on a package or something. A parcel being that large. We have a couple of Oklahoma 29-cent stamps, and when I say a couple, I mean 3. I think what we've been seeing a lot from that series. Here's an Elvis Presley, and there's some complexities in these. I think some are issued in sheets, maybe some in booklets or strips. So we have perforations only on the bottom and the top on these 2. Again, I haven't followed them closely, but I know last time I looked there were some details to look at. Not as simple as every image being unique. So we have a Buddy Holly and a Bill Haley. So nice to see some musicians, and that's actually a musical. A slightly different series, but similar type of artwork. A wonderful Grace Kelly. I mean, that's just a stunner of a stamp. I've always liked that one. And we have this one here, the World Columbian Expo 92. So most likely the centennial of that. I must tell you, I'm on screen perfectly. We have an Abbott and Costello, and I'm most likely, yep, a second Abbott and Costello there. I don't sell many stamps. Occasionally I do a trade, but I think I'll certainly eventually have a decent amount of US duplicates. In fact, I already do in some periods of time. So if you're interested in trading or buying some US stamps, let me know, and eventually we can sort something out, I'm sure. I'm not always quick. I'm really busy with work and other things, and making the videos takes up a lot of the time, so it's juggling a lot of balls, if you will. So quite a heavy duplication of those. Here we have some daffodils from a flower series. I'm going to probably run out of real estate before I get all these out here. Here's a futuristic or fanciful space series. It's a strip, one contiguous piece of artwork, pretty neat. And this looks like a Columbus, Columbus landing. Let's see, where do I want to do this? I guess I'll go into the sea lion for now. And I will also reserve another, a column for that size. Here we're getting into a little bit older. I would say this is probably 5 cents, probably 60s if I had to guess. Homemakers. I'll pull this down. And what do we have here? Well, here we have a Great Britain stamp. I'm going to set this to the side. And here's a U.S. flag, 22 cents. And a little bit of, unfortunately, tape here. I'm going to be very careful with these because tape and stamps do not get along. This seems to be coming off, which is surprising me. Yeah, look at that. I am going to set that aside. So we didn't have any damage with that tape. That was very lucky. Clyde McPhatter. I do not know Clyde McPhatter, but now I have 2 stamps. 3 stamps. We have a Girl Scouts 4 cent. Put that under the Grace Kelly. And the Rose 29 cent. And we have a different Rose 29 cent. I don't really like this one nearly as much as the other, but that's okay. And a 29 cent Eagle and Shield. Imperforate. And looks like bobsled racing most likely. 29 cent. I'll stick this, I'll go over here with it. Here we have Percy Levon Julian. It looks like a chemist most likely. Wonder what he's famous for. And I'm going to guess these are probably, yeah, these are all going to be the same. More of the bobsled here. Looks like maybe 4 more there. Another Clive McPhatter. Here we have an older 4 cent Lincoln Douglas debates. You know, I have most of the 3 and 4 cent stamps, but I don't see this one very often. And W.E.B. Du Bois. Again, I'm not sure what he's famous for. Maybe writing. I'm not sure. Is that a typewriter in front of him? Again, it's far from my face, so it's hard to see. Another Columbus Landing, 29 cent. And let's see, I'll pull this block out because it's in a bag. We've seen some bagged ones in previous ones. Not mint low, it's used, so I don't know why it's in the bag. But that's okay. A 1 cent quill. Let's see, a 29 cent National Postal Museum. Very nice. Hopefully that's still on screen enough. Yeah, that's fine. And greetings. Let's see. If I put that there. This one matches the same series, I believe. I'm just going to pull this off screen to separate these two. And they are duplicates, so I'll stack them back up. I know I've got some older ones here. I'll get to those in a minute. I'm just trying to work my way through some of these that might be duplicates now, as they will save on space. And My Fair Lady at the bottom, just filling it out. And who do we have? A Dorothy Parker, American writer. And another bobsled. Here we have a fly, a mutter minnow for fly fishing. Bill Haley, yep, we have one of those already. Here we have District of Columbia Bicentennial. And what is this? I probably don't have that one. Italy invaded by Allies, September 43. It looks like a fast warboat, if you will. And here we have a nice 6 cent airmail. Another 29 cent flower. A Christmas stamp from 91. A couple of this bird. Not sure what kind of bird that is, I'm sure some of you know though. Oops, wrong spot. And the bird again. 2 more. And Eagle and Shield. Very nice. Here we get into some older stuff. Robert E. Lee. Embarrassed I didn't recognize him by the image. I had to read it. And while we're looking at the slightly older ones, let's pull out a Roosevelt and another Roosevelt and a vertical pair of Monroes. So these are stuck. Let me see how stuck. Yeah, they're coming off cleanly. Okay. And 7-cent McKinley, and it looks like a pre-cancel, a dated pre-cancel. I've only found one other dated pre-cancel, and that was only maybe last year. So I'm pretty excited to see that. Someday I hope to explore a pre-cancel collection. I have quite a few, but the catalogs aren't really readily available except for from the Pre-Cancel Society, as far as I know. So just turning that hinge up, and look at this. I think we got another quite nice one. I'm just putting the hinge out of the way. Sorry to do this while we're filming. In fact, I'm going to try to remove the hinge quickly. It looks like it might come right off. Yeah, I love those old hinges. So there we go. This one's pretty neat. It's a pre-cancel with a date, and the date is above the bar, so the it almost looks like it's printed in two parts, like the date was added afterwards and badly registered. Pretty neat. And then here's another Jefferson with a neat cancel as well, but not a pre-cancel. Where is that? Munsing, Michigan. I haven't heard of Munsing. Here's a wonderful owl. A great horned owl. We have those where I live. Otis Redding again. Let's see here. Another one of this Space Series, actually a duplicate. A train, 29-cent. Let's see. This is kind of neat. So, a really common one here, but it's I believe a Victory issue, but with a duplex cancel football on it. I like that a lot. Here we have a Andrew Jackson. I think I can squeeze him up a little bit and then get one more eventually. Let's see here. Here we have. I'm not going to try to read this name. First president of Czechoslovakia, though. And here's another one of this Space Series. I'll just put it down below. I'm not going to move the Czechoslovakia president there. This one's neat. This one is a stock exchange stamp. Looks like a stock certificate, 1992. I like the design. We have another Elvis. Another Indian headdress. I'm going to move that one to put these together. They're different designs. Here we have from 91 Madonna and Child, it looks like. And that is the same design we saw before. Here's another one of this. Actually, no, this is a less, also 29-cent from 92, but instead of the futuristic, it's a more realistic Space Series. So I'll put this one beside it so we don't confuse them. And now a 29-cent, sorry, Venus Mariner 2. I just realized my microphone wasn't pointed directly at me, so I'm afraid the first half of this video might be a little quiet, but I've made that mistake before, and you could hear it, so you apologize if you had to turn your volumes way up in the first half. Anyway, we have quite a few of this tulip here. We've seen that before. And we have a Love You stamp with a bird coming out of a mailbox. That's just cute, I would say. And a Clyde McPhatter again. Let's see. Now this is interesting. Let's pay attention to these as an example. So we had the Eagle and Shield before, but you'll see we have a different color ink in the denomination. Sometimes there's dates like micro printed on these, although I don't see any with my naked eye right now. And when I say these, I mean common stamps like this that get heavily used. Sometimes the only real difference is a small date difference. I'll put these both down here now. Hopefully those are all on screen. But you know, when cataloging or looking up your stamps, it's the little details like there's the color difference there can make a difference. You know, it can also, I'm pretty sure that's on purpose, but that's also the kind of thing to look for when you're looking for errors. I don't tend to focus on errors because they're truly fairly uncommon. But it seems to be that they're all the rage these days. People really like to hunt for errors. Or at least that's my perception from what I read online. Let's see, another Christmas stamp. I'm running low on space, so I'm going to fill in some of the holes here. Here's another pre-cancel from the presidential series here. Royal Oak, Michigan. I'll drop that one there. And of course, as soon as I drop it there, I have something that belongs there. Although that's interesting. This one is the same design, and we're just talking about differences in colors. I'm surprised that there's a difference in color like this, but again, I don't know the series well, so maybe that's how they did it. I'll definitely look that one up though. That's not what I would expect. Another Clyde McPhatter. We have an on-paper Apollo 6. It's a great stamp. I think understated, which I like about it. It's on paper though. I'm going to set it aside into my soak pile because, and then I'll mention that, I don't see anything on this piece of paper which I think brings additional interest or value. So this is truly, in my opinion, a candidate for soaking. I hesitate to soak things that I think have more history or more value on the paper. And here we have a I Love You American Sign Language. It's very nice. I'll slide that one up. And here we have the Biglin Brothers Racing. So it looks like rowing. I'll move these out of the frame here, my pile. Adina Washington. I don't think I have that one already. A Numismatics stamp. Really quite a bold design. I'm sure there's plenty of stamp collectors who also collect coins. I know I do. I tend to swap back and forth low between which ones I focus on. And right now, with coins being so incredibly expensive due to the silver prices and the fact that I collect them for the interest in the coin and not for the value of the silver, unlike what again seems to be popular right now, I don't bother. I'm not heavily collecting or buying right now because I don't think it's a good time for me. 8-cent airmail. I certainly, not to get too far off track, I'm just trying to see where other airmail is, I'll drop that there. Not to get too far off track, I really I get concerned when the price of silver goes up, that so far that rare stamps now are worth just silver value, and so many people really see that as an opportunity to send them off to a refinery and melt them down. And I hate to see that history lost. I keep turning it upside down. Again, more of these fantasy space series. So enough of that rant. And here we go. Toro. I try to stay positive in these videos, but I've never really liked this design. There's a couple in the 20-cent period where I'm like, I don't know. But I do like this one, the Love Out of Flowers. That's nice. I know sometimes the love stamps and the Christmas stamps don't get a lot of love, if you will, but they can be nice. I think they're just so incredibly common because so many people, like with Christmas stamps, send Christmas cards, and then the love stamps really seem to be popular too. People like to send those, it seems. So we as collectors end up with a lot when we get these Kiloware boxes because most collectors don't need a few thousand of a single stamp. Unless they're doing some kind of study, which is more likely on older stamps, I believe. Mary Cassett, 23 cents. That's a nice little one. Slide it right there. Let's see, a Fanny Bridge. Cap off the bottom of the pile there. And let's see, a couple more trains. Are they the same train? That's 29, 29, green. Yeah, it looks the same there. And another tulip. Now I have an iris of that series, but I'm going to set it over here. A Cole Porter. I think that's the bottom there for Cole Porter. A bulk rate US. And another love stamp, this time in the shape of a heart-shaped globe, if you will. Is that an oxymoron, or is that even real, a heart-shaped globe? Probably defies logic. A bunch of daffodils. Another tulip. Honoring those who served. Nice. You know, I don't know if anybody's still watching, but I probably could set up and do sorts like this live. What you wouldn't get is the pictures at the end where I zoom in, or pictures that I put in of the up-close stamps. You know, a lot like this with a lot of common stamps, I'm probably not going to take a picture of every stamp. I would just pick out a few I like and provide those, as it is a lot of work. But if there's any interest in me doing a live sorting like this, it would certainly probably allow me to get through more stamps and whatnot, as opposed to taking months to go through, you know, a pound, or months, or even a year. We've seen this bird before. I get distracted as I talk. Appomattox, 1965. A couple more from that period. Slide them in at the bottom here. We have The Wilderness, which I think was another Civil War campaign, and Gettysburg. So three similar topics there. And I really am running low on space, but I'm also getting down to the last 20 or so stamps. I know I won't get through all of them. I have a pair of basketball ones here. Let me drop them there. I know I'm covering a few things up. And you know what? I had a few older stamps here I didn't get to. So we have a Philadelphia Pre-Cancel. That's pretty nice. And that's on, is it a Grant maybe? And I have a Garfield here, a 6-cent Garfield. And another Monroe. Let's see, a Rose. A Lincoln, that's pretty common. I mean, these are pretty common as well, but a little old. And then I have a Jefferson here. Put that one there. And right now I'm just going to pull out any duplicates I have, I think. These two, again, two different colors on the eagle. So really interesting here. Let me pull these back out again. So maybe this completely was by design. We have a red, a green, and the brown I mentioned earlier. And then is this the same red? Yeah, this is the same red. So now we have three colors there of that eagle. Another red. The red seems to be the most common, at least in this package. I have another train. And another one of that train. That bird again. And a nice $1 Woodrow Wilson. High denominations are always fun. And I think that is it for... I'll bring this one out as the last stamp. And a pair of the presidential series that's not a president. It's the Ben Franklin. Half-cent. Address your mail to street and... I wonder what that is. Probably city. Neat. Neat, neat. So, I almost picked well. Actually, here's one more duplicate. I literally have 5 stamps left. I will put them back in the bag for next time. I am going to look this up in my Scott Specialized catalog to see about this color difference. It's probably nothing special, but who knows. I think Scott even has an error catalog. In fact, I think I posted it on my Facebook site recently because I was thinking of buying it. So if you're interested in errors, check out my Facebook site, Postal Pleasures, and there should be a link to that catalog on Amazon. Again, thanks for watching, and hopefully the break from German stamps is welcome, and we get to look at some of these nice if not fairly common U.S. stamps.